The recent attacks against journalist Hopewell only prove to the world what a vindictive and cruel leader Emmerson Mnangagwa is. Chinono's apparent crime is that he recently addressed a UN Watch meeting at which he gave the watching international audience an insight into Zimbabwe's deteriorating situation, exposing Mnangagwa's mafia regime and the patronage-based system he runs, characterized by deep structural economic rot. Going after his goats in violation of property rights is just a scare tactic against Chinono and his family, an indirect threat to other elites that they risk losing property if they oppose the regime. It's not working. Consequently, the attack on Chinono's goats exposes a more sinister, diabolic agenda behind Mnangagwa's political survival strategy beyond 2023. Zimbabwe is hemorrhaging from the corruption. The masses are suffering and fed up. There is no stopping a hungry man who has nothing to lose, Mnangagwa's greatest fear. Thus, recent political developments are not coincidental, but rather have to be viewed within a broader context as part of a well-thought-out power retention strategy by the moribund regime. Mnangagwa came into power under the pretext that he was fighting corruption by removing criminals around former President Robert Mugabe. He has only done the opposite, presiding over the most corrupt government, lack of transparency and accountability being the order of the day. Ridiculous it gets, because even the body that is set up to investigate, tasked with fighting corruption, the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, ZACC, is itself under investigation for failing to account for millions of United States dollars according to the latest Auditor General's report. All this information that Chinono raises is in the public domain. That Zimbabweans are suffering and can't access crucial health facilities such as cancer machines is public information. Harrowing experiences are daily being shared. Being a Zimbabwean is an extreme sport because we are dealing with a cruel, insensitive leadership that lacks a moral compass. Mnangagwa has not failed to fight corruption. He can't because he is its godfather, head of a kleptocratic ruling elite that is daily sucking the life out of Zimbabwe. Running a mafia network of enablers, some who can be found in the opposition, story for another day. He never intended to fight corruption. Getting power was just for him and his cronies, who include his close family members' access, and to leverage their ability to wantonly loot state resources with no guilt or shame. How then do we rescue ourselves out of this situation? Mnangagwa is creating vigilantes to attack and neutralize vocal personalities in our community. They raided politician Tendai Bidi's house, assaulting and injuring his guards. They have invaded activist and lawyer Sipho Malunga's Kershelmer farm in Nyamandlovu. ZANU-PF vigilantes are attacking opposition members in the townships. Advocate Nelson Chamisa has proposed a sound roadmap that is meant to transition Zimbabwe out of the sordid, cruel political jinx that we are seemingly stuck in. The spell has to be broken. Mnangagwa refuses democracy even within ZANU-PF itself, declaring already that he is going to be the only candidate to represent the party in 2023, warding off any potential internal challengers. There are younger charismatic leaders within the ruling party who can easily turn its fortunes around, rebuild our country's economy. Names being dropped include exiled Saviour Kasukiwere, who has years of experience in government and the party. It should therefore be noted that Mnangagwa's interest is not in a competitive ZANU-PF that thrives, or promotion of leaders within the party who are pivotal to national healing and reconciliation. The fact that Kasukiwere is blocked is a signal to Zimbabweans, a reflection of Mnangagwa's intransigence, even in national politics. A red flag. And so, while the roadmap that is proposed by Advocate Chamisa reads well, it risks remaining just there on paper. The challenge for us Zimbabweans is a strategy to take back what is ours. Not this talk of talks and negotiations meant to deflect attention from the most important task at hand, which is the removal of Mnangagwa and cohorts to usher in a new democratic government. A thief breaks into your house, steals your property, you do not go to the police station to negotiate getting your stuff back. You get back what is yours, including justice and reparations. The thief belongs behind bars. Taker #Faka pressure means we Zimbabweans are going to resist Mnangagwa's evil in all its forms. Take means we are not going to be lulled into silence by blackmail, violence or a false government of national unity, new narrative meant to give this deceptive regime a fresh lease of life. Rewarding them for years of violence, corruption and misrule. Experience from yesteryear of the new during the days of our dear departed leader, Morgan Tsvangirai, teaches us the folly in this strategy. It does not work. You do not appease evil to ameliorate its diabolical ways, you just feed its thirst for more blood, and it keep will sucking. Only coordinated resistance, underpinned by basic principles and demands, such as the proposed roadmap leading to a free and fair election is the acceptable route. Mnangagwa and clique have to suffer the consequences of their bad behavior, not rewards. Zimbabweans can do it. Zimbabweans are ripe for this strategy. Aluta continua.